secondary right now. Where you guys are at? I know there's a lot of vets back there, but
Yeah, I mean, really, I think it's just developing the communication part of it. You know what I mean? Developing the depth. Just with the room, where the room is and what it's been, you got to play a lot of guys. You know what I mean? So just getting those guys to catch up to the standard that those guys are used to, as far as communicating and executing. I think that's what the room wants. So their development is getting better every day, just like anybody else, and they're diligent about it.
Talk about your room, the inside linebackers. You had Melvin and Chisholm, but you have a couple young guys too. Talk about their development.
Yeah, they're all young, and it's great because they have so much room for growth. So every day is a new opportunity to go out there and just to see them. I think they see the turnover on fixing some things so much faster. You know what I mean? But that group is young. They're super talented, and they all bring something different. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they embrace in each other, and they're excited about each other getting better, and they see each other making the adjustments that they need.
with Nico, what have you seen out of his growth? I mean, he seems like he's ready to be the dude there. I don't know. How would you describe how he's...
Yeah, I think every guy has to go through not being the dude before they become the dude. You know, so I think he went through that last year, and understanding that he has to be that guy now. So these guys, I tell them all the time, be careful what you ask for, because when it's time, you better be ready. So I think he's made the changes, and he's prepared. He's healthy. So he's just making adjustments just like anybody else, and he knows what he brings to the table when he does things the right way.
And what is that? Like, what are his strengths? What does he bring to that?
Oh, first of all, his size. So he's able to, he put on the weight that he needed, so that way he can hold a solid edge. When it's time to pass rush, he can go in and do that too. And then it's his range and his size and space when it's time to cover. So he can impact the game in so many different ways, as far as sacks, tackles for loss, PBUs, interceptions. So hopefully he impacts the game in many ways on the stat sheet.
What do you feel is the strength right now of this defense?
The strength is just the culture. I think that's the main thing. Obviously, with Coach Bray still being around, these guys know what it looks like. So having those guys like Melvin, Skylar, Jack Conne, those guys, and Thomas Collins up front, they all know what it looks like from each level. So they lean on each other, and really it's just getting those newer guys and young guys to embrace that too, and whatever it takes to reach that standard is what they have to figure out.
Yeah.
Between now and August 31st, what is the thing the linebacking room has to really focus on? What's the area of improvement between now and opening day that you want to see?
Really just being consistent, you know what I mean? You're going to face different teams. You're going to play guys that pass the ball a lot, but then when it's time to run the ball, you got to be ready for those too. So really just being sound in our jobs and doing them the right way every time. And then you play teams like Air Force who will run the ball 100 times, you know what I mean? So you just got to be able to play the complete game by doing things consistently and doing our job. That way we hone our role on defense.
Has your room worked at all with the in-helmet communication yet to this point?
I believe we'll work that this Saturday in the scrimmage, but we got the guys that do that, and I think they're excited about that. You know what I mean?
Who are your guys?
I'm not sure who'll do that yet, but I'm assuming it'll be the Mike linebackers.
Yeah.
Probably Isaiah Chisholm and Aiden Sullivan, but we'll see how that goes. Probably the best communicators, which, we'll see how it goes.
How does that help? Like, what do you see as the benefit of that, and what are you hoping to see from working with that?
Sometimes when you may not have to signal, you know what I mean? Sometimes where you can give an extra tip on a third down just based on situational awareness. I think those guys can communicate things, watching the ball or, being aware of certain plays on certain, like I said, certain down and distances. I think can help those guys just a little bit. But other than that, man, those guys will go play, and hopefully we're not in the air too much.
Are you going to be on the sideline game days, or are you up in the booth?
I'll definitely be on the side.
And then Keith will be up or down?
Yes.
Okay, he'll be up.
You talked about playing Air Force and then playing a team that airs it out. Is your group capable of going either way? Like, you feel like you got the guys that can kind of attack teams no matter their style?
Yeah, I think that's what I talk about with their development. We got to be able to do multiple things, and be more than one-dimensional. So these guys will be able to stop the run. Their athleticism will be able to help in the pass game, and that's what we develop. So we develop their eyes in the run game and the pass game. We develop their movement in the run game and the pass game. When it's time to rush, they'll impact the passer that way too. So we also play a position that can impact the game on many levels and fill up the stat sheet. So that's where we're developing on everything, and them understanding that is a big plate. But they'll be ready for it, and they're aware of it.
And maybe take us back to the first day of spring to now. Who's the guy in your room who's maybe made the biggest jump, who's grown the most?
I'd say Aiden Sullivan, just with his maturity. He's coming in, he's learning the playbook. He's doing things that are necessary. So if he doesn't understand something, he'll come up and draw it up on the board. You know what I mean? He cares about it. But all these guys have made great strides, and I think that's the greatness about the youth in the room is, like I said, they have so much room for growth, and they'll be here for the years to come. And I'm excited about them, taking those steps, and really just that's where they see the process all the way through. Of messing things up a few times, now correcting it, getting it off the tape, and then becoming better players and better men from it.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.